We're now moving on to priority question number 5 in the name of Deputy Shortall. The Deputy has 30 seconds to introduce.
Thank you. This question, Minister, relates to the mismatch between the needs of the economy and of job seekers on the one hand and the central purpose of the JobPath scheme on the other. And I think it's a very pressing issue. It amounts to, it's not a job path, it's a job cul-de-sac in many ways, and you need to address this urgently.
2 minutes, Minister.
Participants on JobPath receive intensive individual support and attention over a period of up to 12 months to help them tackle the barriers to employment and find jobs. If they're successful in securing a job, the JobPath provider will continue to assist the client while in employment for a further period of up to 12 months. As part of JobPath, each person is assigned a personal advisor who assesses their skills, qualifications and experience with a particular focus on identifying potential employment opportunities. JobPath providers arrange for the delivery of a broad range of education and training courses with a particular focus on upskilling the long-term unemployed. Some of these are provided in-house, while others are provided by specialist training providers, including the education and training boards. In-house courses include CV preparation, interview skills and confidence coaching. External courses include subjects such as adult literacy, IT and various construction-related skills. In addition, JobPath participants may also apply for the Back to Education allowance in order to pursue second and third level courses. In order to support JobPath, providers refer people to training and education. The Department will extend the 12-month JobPath referral period by the duration of any externally delivered approved training course. This can be up to an additional 26 weeks. The JobPath companies remain in contact with the clients while they are on such a course. For any long-term programmes of education, such as a degree course, the client is withdrawn from JobPath. Clients who complete their long-term course of education who are still unemployed may be referred back to JobPath at that point.
Thank you, Minister.
A key concern is that job seekers who participate in JobPath are at best offered courses between 3 and 6 months. Now, we know, given the skills shortages in the economy that have been identified, that the kind of training that's required, level 5 and level 6 FETAC, requires training of a minimum of 8 months and up to 2 years in most cases. So, your department is spending $300 million on the contract for JobPath. There is a central contradiction between the policy of your department in its approach in JobPath and the recently published National Skills Strategy 2025. JobPath promotes work first. That's the approach that it takes, whereas the skills strategy is promoting a learn first strategy. We know that we have very significant numbers of people who left school early, who have very poor skills, who end up being the long-term unemployed. And the kind of level of training that is available to them under JobPath is completely inadequate at the moment.
We'll let you back in, Minister.
I think the figure of 300 million is over a prolonged period of years. Is certainly not in 1 year, and of course payment is by results. The providers only get paid when people are in sustained employment for more than 13 weeks. So obviously there's a saving to the taxpayer in reduced benefit payments. The approach is one of job first, that is absolutely right, and that is evidence-based. And the view is the best thing you can do for a long-term unemployed person is to get them back in touch with the labour market, to get them into some form of employment. And just like lots of people in employment, you can upskill and train and study while you're in employment. And what we want to avoid is what was so common in the past, and is still a feature, is people being on a carousel of training schemes and courses, and then more training schemes and more courses, and then never actually get into a job. Getting into a job first can actually often be the right approach, and loads of people, I'm sure many people in this House, did courses and studied while they were working.
Deputy, 1 minute.
It's a bit of a contradiction in terms, I'm sure you'd agree, Minister, to talk about a sustainable job for 3 months. There's a key issue in relation to skills shortages in the economy, and there's a key issue in relation to the lack of skills among the long-term unemployed. And, they're the two things that should be served by your department, and they're not being served at the moment. Do you accept, Minister, that there's potentially a very significant value for money issue if the department is tied into a JobPath contract, that it can't change when it isn't actually upskilling the long-term unemployed, to meet the skills shortages in the economy. So, do you accept that there's a need to review the approach in JobPath and to ensure, if it's possible under the contract, that the emphasis is switched to not just getting people into a job at any cost, but identifying the skill shortages that individual long-term unemployed people have and ensuring that they're equipped with the skills that will enable them to get good quality jobs that will be sustainable?
Minister, final reply.
Well, first of all, it is early days yet. JobPath's only around for a year at this stage, but of course there's going to be a full analysis which is underway as to what the success rates are in terms of getting people into employment. I suspect it's going to turn out to be very cost effective, in fact, and very good value for money, because if it proves to be more effective than other schemes in getting people into employment, the savings, of course, for the taxpayer are enormous, because welfare payments go down and tax and PRSI income goes up. But that will all be done and studied and produced when we have enough data to actually make those kinds of determinations. I don't accept your dichotomy, though, that it's a choice between training and upskilling on the one hand or working on the other. In the modern workplace, training and skilling and working go hand in hand all the time. People have a job or a part-time job, and also at the same time are in training, having their skills improved or doing a course. And I don't accept that it's an either-or. In the modern workplace, actually, the two go together all the time.
Thank you. Sure. Okay.